Most people searching for how to make money online already know deep down what they should be doing, but they still don't start. Not because they don't have time, not because they don't have money, but because they're scared. Scared to fail, scared of what people will think, scared of losing money. Maybe again, if that's you, this video is for you. Because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to crush that fear, how to finally start a business even if you failed before, and why the simplest business models like remote house cleaning can give you the best chance to win. 1. Why success has nothing to do with finding the perfect idea. 2. Why simple businesses give you the highest chance of actually succeeding. And 3. How you can start today, scared, imperfect, and still win big. I'm John Martley, founder of Happy Home Helpers, a 7-figure remote house cleaning company. I'm also a special consultant for Jobber, the leading software for home service businesses. I was featured several times on their podcast, and I was a keynote speaker at the 2025 Jobber Summit. If you're new to my channel, I always bring receipts. Here's my 1099 income statement from last year. $1,377,800.93 in revenue in 2024. And this year in 2025, I'm on track to hit $2 million. And I've never done any of the physical cleaning myself. Now, before we go any further, let's get something straight. There are only 3 real ways to make money online. 3 paths to choose from. That's it. So if you want time freedom, financial freedom, and control over your life, you're gonna have to pick one. Path number 1 is building software. This is where you create a software tool and sell it online. Maybe you've heard of the term SaaS before. It stands for software as a service. That just means people can use your software through the internet, like Netflix or Google Docs. You don't download anything. You just log in and use it. Sounds cool, right? Because if it works, you build it once and people pay you over and over for it. But the reality, SaaS is one of the hardest ways to get started. You need lots of money, you need lots of time, and you need coding skills or a team that does. And even if you build it, you still have to find people who want to buy it. The second path is e-commerce, selling physical products on sites like Shopify or Amazon. Most people already understand this. You buy or make a product, list it online, and when someone buys it, you ship it. But here's the problem. You need inventory, you need storage, you need shipping and customer support. So if you're just getting started and want low risk, high profit, and fast results, selling physical products usually isn't the easiest way. And most people run out of money before they ever see profit. And finally, path number 3 is a service business powered by the internet. This is where you use the internet to sell a service, not a product, not a software, a service. Something people already want, already need, and already are searching for every single day. No inventory, no coding, no physical products to ship. Just real people with real problems, and you provide the solution. And for most people, especially beginners or people who have failed before, this is the fastest and most realistic way to make 6 figures online. But here's the thing. This path is not for people who want to get rich overnight. It's for people who want to build something real, earn real skills, and use the internet to create income and growth at the same time. And that's exactly what I did. I tried path 1 and I failed. I tried path 2 and I failed. And when I finally chose path 3, the simple service model powered by the internet, everything changed. Let me make this real for a second, because I wasn't always the guy with the 7-figure business and a remote team. Before this, I failed a lot. I started 6 businesses that failed. I kept going all in on ideas that I thought were going to be huge. And after each failure, something happened. But it wasn't self-doubt. It was something that felt worse. It was the people closest to me, my family, slowly losing faith. My parents and my sister started saying things like, maybe you should get a stable job. Why don't you work somewhere safe for a while? And here's the crazy part. Even after all those failures, I still believed in myself, but they didn't. But that wasn't the thing that broke me. The real pain was having to work for someone else again. I hate working for other people. I hate having someone else decide when I work, how much I make, and when I get time off, or whether I get to keep my job at all. That's not freedom. That's a cage. So I made a decision. I would rather be a servant to my own customers than to be a slave to someone else's company. Because in this life, you have to choose. Either you build your own dream or someone hires you to build theirs. And once I understood that, I stopped caring whether other people believed in me. Because the alternative, staying in a job controlled, capped, replaceable, felt way worse than any business failure ever could. That's why starting again, even silently, even scared, was non-negotiable for me. I'd rather fail 100 times on my own terms than succeed on someone else's. And if you feel that in your bones, if that hits a nerve for you, then you and I are the same. Because here's what I've learned. You don't need to be fearless to succeed. You just need to want freedom more than you want failure. If that's you, if you would rather bet on yourself, even if it's risky or difficult, then you're exactly who I created this for. Because that fire, that burning desire to be in control of your life, that's the only real ingredient you need to succeed. Everything else can be taught, but that has to come from inside you. And I've committed my life to being the mentor, guide, and support system I wish I had when I was starting out, especially for the people who already tried and failed, or the ones who feel deep down that they were meant for more, even if no one around them believes in them yet. If that's you, I want to be the person who not only inspires you to start, but actually shows you how to win. But here's the thing nobody tells you. Most people don't fail because of lack of motivation, or talent, or time. They fail because they make the same 5 mistakes over and over without even realizing it. So before I show you how I built my remote cleaning business, I want to save you years of pain and frustration by exposing the 5 reasons most businesses fail and how to avoid them. The first mistake I made and most people make is trying to create demand instead of serving what already exists. It's much harder, to teach the world a new behavior than it is to give them a better way to do something that they already do every day. The second mistake, building the product before getting the customer. I see people all the time, they get the LLC, the logo, the business cards, they build a website, and they've still never made $1. And the third mistake is trying to be original. People try to innovate, create the next big thing, but they don't realize success doesn't come from being clever, it comes from being useful. The fourth mistake I made, and this one hurts, is trying to scale before proving anything works. You don't need a team until you have customers. The fifth mistake, trying to avoid pain instead of learning from it. Every business comes with discomfort, rejections, mistakes, awkward conversations, slow starts. But instead of leaning into the discomfort that leads to growth, most people run from it, and they end up running from success. Because here's the truth, the thing that you're avoiding is probably the exact muscle you need to build. Once I stopped trying to predict demand, once I stopped trying to build things people didn't ask for, once I stopped trying to be clever instead of useful, that's when everything changed. I went looking for the simplest business I could start. Something with real demand, something anybody could do, and something I could build fast without being an expert or having a ton of money. And that's when I stumbled across house cleaning. I literally Googled the best business to start from home, and at the top of every list was house cleaning. But I didn't want to clean houses. I never imagined myself doing that. So I asked myself, how do I build this business without ever touching a mop or a vacuum? And that's when it all clicked. A remote cleaning business is exactly what it sounds like. A cleaning company you can run from your phone or laptop without ever doing the cleaning yourself. You don't need to buy equipment, you don't need to hire employees, and you don't need an office or a van or anything like that. You just need a computer, a website, insurance, and the ability to respond fast when people need help. Here's how it works in 3 simple steps. Step 1, people search for cleaning services. Every day, thousands of people search Google for house cleaning. They're ready to hire and they're ready to pay because they have an imminent need. And if your business shows up on Google or Yelp, they call you. Step 2, you assign the job to a cleaner. You hire cleaning contractors in your city. When someone books, you schedule it, they show up and clean. Step 3, you get paid and keep the profit. The customer pays you pay the cleaner their cut, roughly 40%, you keep the rest, 60%. Let me show you the math. The actual average someone pays to get their home cleaned in my cleaning business is $240. So let's use that as an example. The customer pays you $240. You pay the cleaner 40%, $96 to do the job. You keep 60%, $144 for connecting the customer to the cleaner and providing customer service. Do that once a day, and you're making $3,600 a month. Do that twice a day, you're making $7,200 a month. 3 bookings a day, that's over 10 grand a month, and you've never actually physically cleaned a house yourself. And once I understood that, once I realized I could make real money without doing the labor, without risking inventory, or without learning how to code, it was game over. I found the simplest business with the highest chance of success, and everything I wanted, freedom, control, income, it was finally in reach. And here's the part some people never realize. Cleaning isn't a one-time business. It's a recurring revenue business. Most people need their house cleaned weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. That means your income compounds because customers stay. Retention is how wealth gets built, not by selling once, but by having people pay you over and over again for years. And if this is already hitting home, if you're thinking this is exactly what I needed, hit the like button so more people see this message. And make sure you're subscribed because every week I drop new videos to help you start, scale, and succeed, even if you're scared. Now I need to give you one more crucial truth because whether you choose this business or any other, you will hit obstacles. You will make mistakes. You will have moments where things go wrong. Unsuccessful people, they see failure as the end, as proof that they weren't meant for this. But successful people, they see failure as feedback, as information, as an opportunity to solve a bigger problem. Once you make that shift, once you stop treating failure like a dead end and start treating it like a teacher, you become unstoppable. Because the people who win aren't the ones who never fail, they're the ones who never quit. They learn something, they adjust, and they try again, faster. Which means that the only thing that really separates you from where you are and where you want to be is the decision to start. You don't get confident before you start. You get confident because you start. And if you've got a little voice inside you saying, I don't want to live controlled anymore, I don't want to build someone else's dream, I want to be free, then that's all you need. The remote cleaning business is just the vehicle. What it gives you is bigger than money. It gives you proof. It gives you progress. And it gives you leverage to build anything after this. If you want to go deeper, if you want the exact system I use to start and scale my remote cleaning business to 7 figures, you can access it on my website, johnmarguliete.com. It's the step-by-step blueprint with the scripts, tools, training, and support, so you're never doing this alone. The link is in the description. But even if you're not interested in that yet, do one thing today that gets you moving. Take action. Claim your freedom. Start scared if you have to, but start, because here's the truth. The world doesn't reward people who wait. It rewards the people that begin. So start before you're ready, and you'll become the person you want to be. I'm John Marguliete, and if you're ready to build, I'll walk with you every step of the way. I'll see you in the next one.